The Strangest Emperor Deaths. Alright man, today we're starting with a hard dive. You'll understand what I mean in a moment. 581 BCE, we're in the Jin state in China. Duke Jing has been ruling for 19 years. The state is quite powerful and has large armies, but unfortunately, that summer, he's sick. Seriously sick. In a dream he has, a ghost accuses him, holding him responsible for the death of his grandchildren. He's scared and calls a shaman. Our smart shaman says, "You will die before eating this year's wheat." So he'll die before eating the harvested wheat. Upon this, Jing gets even sicker. Then he has another dream. This time, the illness appears in the form of 2 children. The children mock him. Medicine cannot reach us, they say. A famous doctor is brought from the Qin state. The doctor examines him and says, "The illness has already reached the fatty area between your heart and diaphragm. It's impossible for medicines to reach there. This is incurable." Jing rewards the doctor and sends him away. Between August and September, the harvest wheat arrives. Jing says, "The shaman doesn't know anything. I'm still alive." He calls the shaman, shows him the wheat, and executes him. "You should work harder on making up prophecies," he says. Just as he's about to eat the wheat, he feels something strange in his stomach. He quickly goes to the toilet. Toilets back then consisted of deep pits dug into the ground. When the pit fills up, it's closed, and another place is opened. As Jing sits down and is about to start his business, the boards break and he falls into the filth and drowns. I hope you understand what I meant by hard dive. I would love to go into details, but there might be people watching while eating. But I can mention this. According to rumours, the slave who pulled Jing out of the pit had dreamed that morning of carrying his master to heaven, and when Jing died, this dream was considered real. The slave was buried with Jing to serve him in the other world. There's something called karma, dude. Imagine an innocent deer. What's the most this little friend of ours can do? A lot. The year is 886. The Byzantine Empire was being ruled by this 75-year-old man named Basil I. Let's go back a bit. Hey, who's this? This is little Basil. Came from a peasant family, became a wrestler, became an imperial guard, then killed the emperor and became emperor himself. Classic Byzantine story. Anyway, let's go back to 886. Basil was a powerful emperor. He also created the law system called Basilica, which many of us have heard of. But in his final years, he's become paranoid. He hates his son Leo, fights with him, throws him in prison, and threatens to gouge out his eyes, because he suspects that Leo is actually the son of Emperor Michael III, whom he killed. On August 20, 886, Basil goes hunting in Thrace with his men. He's chasing a deer, but his men have gotten tired and fallen behind. Basil is alone with the deer. The deer attacks Basil. Basil throws his spear, but the deer's antlers deflect the spear. Now it's the deer's turn to attack. Basil tries to escape from the attack, but the deer's antlers get caught on Basil's clothes, and the deer picks up Basil and runs away. After a while, someone finds Basil. The deer continues dragging him tirelessly. The man tries to scare the deer and save Basil, but when Basil comes to, he sees a man standing in front of him with a knife, so he has the man executed. Believe me, I don't know why this deer dragged Basil either, but it dragged him a total of 25 kilometers. Well, naturally, the man has internal bleeding. 9 days later, he dies from high fever. Dying because of a deer must be very painful. In March 453, Attila the Hun, known as the Scourge of God, is marrying a new woman. Her name is Ildiko, a young and beautiful Germanic girl. It's unknown which wife this is for Attila, but polygamy was quite normal in Hun culture. If we were people living in that era, my advice to you would probably be not to even make eye contact with this man, because this man named Attila was one of the Roman Empire's nightmares. He plundered Eastern Rome, came to the gates of Constantinople, devastated France and northern Italy. Fortunately, we're not living in that era. Let's return to the wedding ceremony. Big celebrations are taking place. Attila is eating, drinking, having fun. The fun continues until late at night. Finally, Attila retreats to his room with Ildiko. Normally, the man who wakes up early every day still hasn't come out of his room, even though it's noon. The guards are worried and break down the door. When they enter, The guards can't believe their eyes, because Attila didn't subscribe to the channel, so he's lying in bed with his face covered in blood. Just kidding, dude. I'm not that savage, but you'll subscribe, right? Ildiko is crying in the corner. Wait, don't approach with prejudice, because the poor man has no wounds, no knife marks, and no poison marks. Only blood. So what could have happened? Priscus, a diplomat who had dinner with Attila himself, writes this. Attila lay on his back while drunk. A heavy nosebleed started. Normally the blood should have flowed from his nose, but because Attila was lying on his back, the blood filled his throat. Attila, who made his enemies vomit blood, apparently drowned in his own blood this time. I'm not a doctor, but I recommend you take this into consideration if you have a nosebleed, dude. Didn't you watch my first video? Let me help you. See you in the next video.